and welcome back to Gapey's greenhouse. We have a nice sunny day today. It's been pretty warm all week and a lot of the peppers are just starting to set out pods. So I thought I would give you an update on the hot peppers. So we have two of these Korean Gochus. This one in front is a lot smaller. It got stunted after I sprayed it with neem oil. It didn't seem to affect the one behind it, but I have harvested a couple of peppers off of it already. And there's a red one right behind it that's ready to pick, and that's a nice dark red color. The one behind it hasn't had any ripe ones yet, but it's getting there. It's got quite a few pods on it that are pretty good size, so it won't be too much longer. And we also have some basil, different varieties growing in between the peppers. We have a purple basil there, and we also have some calendula. This is a strawberry blonde variety. And then down here is the Khang Starr Lemon Starrburst. It's a cross between an MOA Scotch Bonnet and the Bohemian Goat, which are both really awesome peppers. But we have a couple of pods set on this one. There's one down there, and then one right above it. And then we also have one down here in the middle, hiding down there. So there's at least 3 pods set on this plant just in the last week. And then right behind it we have the Scotch Brain. And so far I think I've only seen one pod set on this one, but it's a pretty good size. And that one just started growing last week as well. It's really enjoying this hot weather we've been getting. And then we've got more basil there. I think that's the cinnamon basil. And then over here is the MOA Yellow Scotch Bonnet. Now this is the only pepper that I think has yet to set a pod. It looks like there's some in there that might stick, but we'll have to wait and see. So far, nothing. And right behind that is the red Scotch Bonnet. And we've got a couple of peppers. Well, actually, I think there's just one set on it, and it's way here in the back. And I just found it, I think, yesterday. So it's still pretty tiny, but that's the only one that I've seen so far. It's just that one. And then we've got this one over here is the, oh, I think I skipped one. Let's go back here. This is the Ethiopian Brown. I forgot to show you this one. So I've got a couple of big peppers on that one. There's actually 3, I think. And this one here is just starting to turn brown. So that one should be ready to harvest here pretty soon. Okay, let's go back to the Cheiro de Norte crossed with the Golden Camo. These are some seeds that I got from someone on the Pepper Lovers community, Chris M. And we've got a couple pods just starting to form on this one. We've got one here. And here's one right here. It's got some nice ribbing on it. Very deep ridges. Kind of an interesting looking pepper. So I'm looking forward to trying that one. And then right behind that we have the Dorset Naga, which actually looks a little bit similar to this one. Let's see if I could find that pod. I think there's a couple in here. So there's one right there. I can get to it. Little tiny one there. And then I think we had a bigger one. There's another one, little tiny one. Right there. And I think there's a few more in there, but they're kind of hard to find. Some in the back there. It's kind of a pretty big plant there that's kind of spreading out. It's pushing up against the back wall of the greenhouse. Oh, here's a bigger one. There's a good size there. And then this here is a white Thai. I think this is the Jay's white Thai. And it's been growing some kind of funky looking peppers. It's got these little curly things at the base there. Not all of them have it, but a few of them do. Let's see another one there. And we have one that has turned orange, so I should probably harvest that one. I had a few people that wanted some seeds off of it, so I'm gonna try and save the seeds off of that orange one since it's got that curly Q stuff on the bottom. But that's a really tiny plant with a ton of peppers. This probably would have been a good one for the bonsai contest pepper, but I didn't enter that contest on the Pepper Lovers community. But that would have been a good one to enter. And then in front of that we have what I think is the California Reaper, but I'm not really sure. It's got some kind of purplish leaves, and it was one that I saved last year from a neighbor that claimed it was a California Reaper, but it didn't have the right shape, but it was a peach colored pepper. And we have our first, let's see, where is it? There was one that was just forming, here it is. So we have just a tiny one that I just found today that's starting to grow on that one. So we'll have to see, but I think eventually that will turn peach, but it has a purplish tint on it, and the ones that I got from him last year had purple on it as well. And then this here is the Macedonian, and it's got a ton. You could see it's just loaded with huge peppers. So this pepper variety gets what they call embroidering. So all of that, all the peppers have that kind of, all these lines on it, and they're supposed to eventually turn red, but I'm not seeing any red ones yet. But there's quite a few peppers, and I don't think they're going to get much bigger than that, so it shouldn't be too long. And then right behind that is the Black Cobra, and I really like, they have kind of fuzzy leaves with the kind of a whitish outline on them. But I've got a few peppers, quite a few peppers on this one, but the peppers are kind of black. They seem to start green and then they turn black, and I don't know if they'll turn red or not. I haven't gotten any red ones yet, but they're just black for now, so I'm going to let those get a little bit bigger and see if they turn red or not. And then the last pepper we have is my container pepper, and this one is a black, what is it, Black Pearl. And I think it's supposed to have black leaves, but it had a few in the beginning, but I haven't seen any black leaves since I brought it outside. But it's got a lot of kind of rounded shaped peppers on it, and they're kind of green and black, kind of a mix. Some of them are all black, some have a green bottom. And I have one that just turned red. This is the first one that's turned red, so I'm going to harvest that one and see how it tastes. But that's pretty much all we have for the pepper department on the hot pepper side. I hope you enjoyed this update, and I will give you another one again soon. Thanks for watching.